Thank you, Johan. The CEO has observed all protocol, and I think the Minister will agree with me. We have learned from late President Geinkop that the keynote speaker, the guy talking before the keynote speaker must not make the speech. But I have a little speech to make. All protocol observed. One day, we will look back at our lives and recall our best memories. For some, it will happen in an instant. For others, there will be enough time. Those memories will usually start with, "Now that was a lekker day." To be part of the groundbreaking of a national cricket stadium will not come for us again as a board. What you see here today is the physical manifestation of a vision collectively developed from 2018. Today is a lekker day for me. Our vision is based on 5 key concepts: globally competitive, professional, values-based, inclusive choice of sport. This stadium was developed after our CEO and the architect of the project, Mr. Herman Miller, benchmarked the best stadiums in South Africa and India. We went to learn from the best, just to come back and do it better in the Namibian way. This stadium will be globally competitive. In 2022, when our national team visited State House just before the T20 World Cup, late President Geinkop sat across Polly Nagongo and he said to him, "So you guys, you are going to the World Cup." Polly replied, "No, Your Excellency, we are competing in the World Cup." And that is our mentality as a board. That is our tenacity and our grit. We always compete. This stadium has already won the best prize for the best sunset and the best bright places in the world, even before it's built. Professional. The team working on this project are some of the best professionals in the business. The quantity surveyor, Mr. Louis Burger, was himself a national player, and more than anyone understands the requirements to have a professional setup. The details that were thought of in this project is mind-blowing. It will be professionally built and professionally run, because we believe that only when we run cricket professionally as a business, with the Namibian people as its main stakeholders, will we be successful. Therefore, solid corporate governance resonated through the process of developing this stadium. Values-based. Our culture in Cricket Namibia is based on our values of excellence, discipline, unity, communication, respect, and transparency. To us, these values is a way of doing things. And like President Geinkop used to refer to the Namibian house, we often refer to the Cricket Namibia bus, with the right people in the right places on this bus, knowing where this bus is going. And if you don't buy into our culture, then sorry mate, leave our bus. Inclusive and choice of sport. We believe in inclusivity. We believe that we will get to a point where cricket becomes the sport of choice for all Namibians. This stadium will be more than just a structure of steel and concrete. It will be the beating heart of our Namibian cricket community, a place where dreams are born, where players will showcase their talents, and where memories are etched into the fabric of our collective identity. It will be a place where friendships are forged, where rivalries are born, and where the spirit of competition ignites a passion of excellence in all who enter these gates. As we break the ground today, let us break barriers. The barriers that limit our aspirations, the barriers that divide us, and the barriers that stand between us and our goals. Let this stadium stand as a testament to the boundless possibilities that lie ahead for us. And when we come together with a shared vision and a common purpose, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to the people who've contributed to this momentous undertaking. the architects, the construction crews, the Honourable Minister. We've come a long road to get here. The ED, Mr. Erastus Hatingela, Ms. Manuel, the Director of Sport, Mr. Freddie Muya, the City of Windhoek especially, and the countless individuals whose unwavering dedication has brought us here. A special word of thank you to our CEO, Johan Miller, and his team, ably led by Ashley. Your dedication and your passion for this project keeps inspiring us all. To my fellow board members, the journey has been long, but our vision and our picture remains crystal clear. The first ball of the 2027 Cricket World Cup being bowled right here where I stand in front of a packed stadium while the voice over the public announcement says, "Welcome to the Namibia Cricket Ground, better known as the NCG. Let the games begin." Today is a lekker day, and we are blessed to share it with you. Let us build a legacy together, a legacy of passion, perseverance, and the enduring spirit of sportsmanship that will define us as a community for years to come. I thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rudy van Vuren. The finality of that speech should have led into introducing the Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister, if you can join us in front just for a couple of words, it will be wonderful, and this function would not be as significant without your presence and without your words. Thank you for being here this morning.
Director of Ceremonies, here it's written Mr., but the thing is Dr. Rudy van Vuren. But also maybe also, yeah, it's okay. Both. Mr. Dr. Rudy van Vuren, President of Cricket. Polly Nebongo, Vice President of Cricket. And before I go further, let me start with the Deputy Major General, Anna Marina, in your team. If I don't go there, in all the uniformed forces, if I don't go there, they will refuse to protect me when anything goes wrong. Esteemed board members of Cricket Namibia present here, cricketers, if any here, Javera, my boss here, all the people who make it possible, and those are sponsors and developers and those people with better brains than us, who know better how to put up a stadium like this. All invited guests, and I think everybody here around who came here have got one or another, some sort of interest in cricket, except media, because media, they have got interest in everything. But all others are having some sort of interest in cricket. That's why we are here. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates, esteemed members of the media, I didn't mean bad, please don't go and say something else. Good morning. I know people of the media, we always have got an issue. Today marks a momentous occasion as we gather here to break ground for the International Stadium of Cricket, the first of its kind in our country, Namibia. This stadium symbolizes our commitment to fostering the growth of cricket in our nation and also beyond. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the stakeholders who have contributed to making this dream a reality. To the architects, sponsors, investors, and the cricketing community, your unwavering support and dedication have been instrumental in reaching this milestone. Ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on this journey, I am filled with immense pride and excitement for what lies ahead. The International Stadium of Cricket will not only serve as a venue for thrilling matches, but also as a hub for nurturing talent, promoting sportsmanship, and fostering camaraderie among nations. Looking ahead to the 2027 World Cup, to be hosted right here in Namibia, I call upon our players to rise to the occasion. This stadium will not only represent bricks and mortar, it is a testament of our passion for cricket and our determination to excel on the world stage. To our cricketers, I say this: let this stadium be a source of inspiration and motivation as you train tirelessly, hone your skills, and strive for greatness. The world will be watching, and I have no doubt that you will make us proud. Once again, allow me to say congratulations. Together, let us celebrate this momentous occasion and look forward for a future filled with memorable cricketing moments, sponsorship, and unity. And I thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Appreciate the wonderful message. We're going to share a lot of good memories on this stadium when one day you can look back on a very fruitful career and an accomplishment of sport in this country. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. We are going to do a second announcement that I didn't prepare anyone about, and while I do this, I want to ask our women's cricketers to come up to my left-hand side here, and I want to ask Marlies Horan from Capricorn to start moving to the front. As significant as the stadium, there's a second aspect that we are extremely proud of, and that is that for this year, for the first time, we were able to also professionalize the women's game. 5 years ago, we signed contract with national men's players that brought us to 2 World Cups, and this year the 3rd World Cup. This year we're in a position to also now professionalize the women's game, where we have signed 10 women's contracts with female ladies that will now have their job of working for the Cricket Namibia office, and their job is to perform on the cricket field. This is a significant moment in sport in this country. It's the first ladies that get signed on contract, where cricket is now their occupation. It is 10 ladies that can support their households through pursuing their passion. And we want to thank Capricorn and everyone that was involved in this. Marlies, the mic is over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Johan. Dr. Rudy, this is really a lekker day for women in Namibia and the Capricorn Eagles. Thank you to the board and management of Cricket Namibia for this unbelievable, amazing gesture. I know the Capricorn Eagles will make Namibia proud. And we, as Capricorn Group, would also like to congratulate you on your vision with this venture. And we know with everything that Cricket Namibia does, it turns into gold. My personal opinion is that cricket is the most professionally run sport in Namibia. So we are very proud of our association with Cricket Namibia. So from our side, girls, congratulations, and I know you will make us proud.
Can we give them a lovely round of applause? Thank you, ladies. Congratulations. Right, I want to share some stories about the stadium. Just for the people who didn't know, we started breaking ground here in August 2020. That was when we got stopped very quickly by the city of Windhoek saying that they've got plans to develop a craft market on this facility and we are not supposed to have this land for us. And that started a 3.5-year journey to secure this land. We are very proud today that 3 weeks ago we finally signed the lease for this section. But because we're hosting the 2026 World Cup in January already on this land and also on the field on top there, we couldn't wait for the signing of the lease. So we already started with leveling processes. All our background checks was done. As Dr. Rudy mentioned, we went to South Africa, India, also Dubai. And the idea started with Hagley Oval in New Zealand, where we have a stadium that is a unique fit to the culture of the people of that country. So we developed a field with grass embankments that you currently at this stage see that is looking like soil, but that will become grass. Remember, this is still a construction site. Then we developed a stadium that is sustainable, that can maintain itself, and that can generate income for cricket and cricket programs in this country. Where you're standing now is grass. 2 months ago, we seeded for the first time exactly where you are now. So in 2 months, we had significant growth. Maybe it's because of the 250 tons of compost we worked into this land. Behind me is 8 new cricket pitches, bully that we self-produced and discovered in Grootfontein, tested internationally to be at the right standard. And that has now turned into 8 new international wickets. The same with the facility on top there, received 7 new wickets. All of them are fitted with proper drainage systems, state-of-the-art irrigation, and a flow that directs water from the middle of the field to the side of the venue. On these booklets that you would have received, I just quickly want to run through it. The ones who didn't do the stadium tour, we will gladly walk with you afterwards. But to your right-hand side now, that corner, that will be our main building. So the main stadium will be on that side. Towards my far left-hand side, that is where there's a commercial suite where 4 companies can own a section and a facility that they can utilize for private use, but also during match days. On this corner, on this side, will be a second embankment suite or commercial suite. Then on the top there, we've got a full-on high-performance gym that will serve the training program of our national men and national women, who will form this as their training base. And then next to it will be a change room facility, and on the other side, a full-on indoor cricket facility for practicing. So this becomes an entire high-performance cricket development, a sporting hub, with a full-time restaurant in the building that will commercialize and generate income back for us. But it will also mean that there will be consistent feed through this premises. There will be recreational activities run on a daily basis, and quite a number of people will walk through this premises, as I mentioned, daily. And that is exactly where I just quickly want to stop, and I want to recognize a few people. I want to ask Ashley and our ground staff, gentlemen at the back there, if you can move to the front while I'm talking. And while I give that background, I mentioned 250 tons of compost that was worked into this soil with hand. The pitches at my back, that's 200 tons of bully, and the same at top there, it's 200 tons of bully that we imported from Grootfontein. It almost feels like you import from Grootfontein. But and also I must just mention the Imperial, who's now DP World. Imperial, I'm not sure if Henk is here this morning. They covered all the transport for that 400 tons of bully. That is an astronomical cost. While the gentlemen walk up here, these are the guys who are responsible for moving a lot of soil, for planting grass, for building pitches. Through that, we're also building capacity of Namibians. Can we just give them a lovely round of applause for their wonderful work? It's now been 4 months that we started with a few casuals, and it consistently grew. But for 4 months, on a daily basis, also on weekends, these gentlemen are here. They pitch up every morning at 7, their first year. They leave just after 4:30. But they work throughout the entire day to make sure that we're creating facilities as we spoke about. Gentlemen, thank you so much. We highly appreciate it. Thank you for your wonderful work. Right, on screen you will start seeing, and that's a second purpose for today. We also giving the corporate community of Namibia the opportunity to be part of this wonderful facility. There's a few packages that we're introducing, but maybe just before I get there, I must introduce to you Herman Mueller, our architect, at the back there. Herman raised his hand, the gentleman at the far back. Ruby van Vuren mentioned Louis Berger, our QS, to the right-hand side here, Louis, and then Silje Moster from Knight Pisolt as our consultant and engineers on the project. Gentlemen, the number of meetings we've had and the number of meetings you've had between one another just to make sure that we are ready to break, to put the first excavator to the ground on the 8th of April. And I'm saying that with a lot of expectation on the 8th of April. But thank you so much for your contribution and your wonderful support in this. Thank you for listening to our vision and to making it a reality. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Right, on this facility, we'll host the Under-19 World Cup in January 2026, which means that we are less than 2 years away from that first ball being bowled. We co-host with Zimbabwe. There will be 16 ICC Under-19 World Cup matches here. 2027 November, we're hosting 3 men's international World Cup matches on this facility here. So the pressure is quite on us to make sure that we stick to our timelines. But everything is in place to start with that. On screen, you will see how you as corporate entities can get involved. Also in the booklet, you will see there's quite a lot of branding opportunities for you to be involved. The stadium partnership is one of them, where you can become a partner to the stadium through either partnering with material instead of a cash value. I want to mention quite a number of companies here who've already signed up on that. Skulk from Dulux, I've seen you this morning. The entire building, the facility will be painted with your wonderful paint. Skulk at the back there, it's wonderful to have you. Then plastic packaging, Nico couldn't be here today, but I think he's sent a representative. Nico sponsored all the irrigation and all the drainage piping for the facility. That's already underground. It's something that you cannot see. And then we also have George Thomas Aluminium that will do all the aluminium. We've got hopefully mega build after this morning. Pierre, for your company, we've met quite a number of times. It will be wonderful to partner with you. And it's wonderful to have partners and corporates involved in a facility like this. There's also naming rights to the stadium that's available. There's also commercial packages on our commercial suites, the 2 suites on my left and right hand side, where corporates can buy that area. It becomes their area to utilize on a social basis, but also during match day. All these packages I'll share with you directly after. As you drove in, this entire area will be fenced off. There will be a lot of branding on those fences. Also, the big side screens that you would have seen, the containers at the back of those side screens, is also quite a number of branding opportunities for companies to get involved in. But more so, we want to invite companies to be part of this. We're not necessarily in a financial perspective, but to be part of the development of this, to feel part that this is a stadium and a field for all Namibians. And if we can have that vision and share that vision continuously, then we will move forward. We want to ask you to enjoy the morning with us. There's some wonderful snacks at the back. There's some more drinks. Remember, it's non-alcoholic, so you can go to work after this. Thank you so much for coming out this morning. I want to compliment the Cricket Namibia staff, Natalia, John Colin, Harold, for all your wonderful work setting this up, and for all the work in the office that all our staff does. Enjoy the morning, enjoy this process, and enjoy what we are bringing to Namibia, and hopefully we will bear quite a lot of fruit from there. Thank you. Sorry, on that point, I forgot the most important thing, and that is to actually put the spade in the ground. I want to call up the Honourable Minister. Yeah, Honourable, you're so correct. If you can join us in front. Can we also be joined by the entire board of Cricket Namibia? This is 2 symbolic gestures where you cut a ribbon and you put a spade in the soil and you move the soil as the first symbolic of construction happening. Can we do that honours with the Honourable Minister and then the board to join in that symbolic gesture? Please enjoy the morning with us. Thank you.